Hey, how's it going? This is Jeremiah from paintingcourse.com, greeting you from the hills surrounding the Sazava River in the Czech Republic. Really, really beautiful place here. So, welcome to Lesson 2. And here in Lesson 2, we're basically going to start talking about sketchbooks and blogging and how that's important to finding out where you want to go and improving your skills as an artist. So for this course, every student is required to have a sketchbook, and in that sketchbook you need to do one drawing every day. And I know that sounds like a lot, but we're talking about a sketch can take you 20 minutes, but you got to start getting in the habit of doing some observational drawing every single day. Now, there's a couple really great things about sketchbooks, and one of them is that it's really, really easy to chart your progress through time. So you can look on the first page and see how you're drawing, and you can look at the end page and then see how you're drawing. The second thing I want you to think about is not only observation, just drawing observational drawings of what you see around you, but also starting to invent. So a sketchbook is also a place where you start inventing your ideas as an artist. So you can start putting your characters into a larger composition if you want to. Or you can start inventing different types of creatures or different types of characters if you want to become go for like a character design route and do something like that. Or you could maybe you're more interested in landscape painting, so in your sketchbook you're going to be studying plants and what the forest looks like, what trees look like up close, how to draw trees that are far away, this sort of thing. If you're into figure drawing, you can have tons and tons of drawings of figures. But see, what I'm saying here is that everybody has their own reason why they're taking this course and why they're interested in drawing and painting and fine arts, right? So my goal is to try and help you find out what pathway is the best pathway for you, right? Because nobody knows what you're interested in better than yourself, right? So think of your sketchbook as a place not only where you're drawing your own drawings, but it should also be a place where you're collecting studies of other things you like. For instance, the easiest way to describe this would be somebody who's interested in comic books, right? So if you're interested in comic books and drawing like a comic book artist, you should do your own characters that you want to make. You should do a lot of figure drawing. You should work on perspective. But you should also copy other comic book artists' work. Now, this isn't necessarily because you're trying to steal their style, but it's always good to copy from people who are better than you. So, that's another aspect of the sketchbook, which is documentation of what you want to do. Right? Now think of it as your pathway to what you want to do. What is your goal? How do you want to paint in the end? What types of subjects do you want to paint? These sort of things. These are the sort of questions that you should start thinking about them now, because it's not going to exactly come later. Second part of this assignment, and you can find all the details on paintingcourse.com, is I'll put the link down in the description bar. You're going to have to make a blog. And the reason why I require my students to have a blog is because I need to see documentation, for one thing, for verification purposes, in order to pass the class. But I also I want to start seeing where you're all headed. And this means that every week you're going to have to upload your 7 pages from your sketchbook. Right, so that's 7 entries on your blog, or 7 pictures in one entry if you want to do it that way. But I'm going to need to see 7 new images every single week on your blog, one representing every single day. Now, coupled with that, on your blog, I also want to see some writing about other artists and other artists you like and artists you think that are cool. So you're going to have to start exploring what you want to do, and then start becoming familiar with who are the best artists out there that currently work in the genre or style that you want to work, right? It could be absolutely anybody. It could be Luke Toymans, or it could be Banksy, right? It doesn't matter. The thing that's important is identifying what that thing is inside yourself first. So, yeah, start sketching, get a sketchbook. That's your assignment. Get a sketchbook and start sketching, 1 sketch a day. And I told you this course it's not easy. You know, doing 1 sketch a day is not an easy task. It seems like it, because you're like, oh yeah, I'll just do 15-20 minutes a day, but it's not. Some other good hints and how I was doing 1 painting a day for quite a long time, and that, you know, I started going crazy after a little bit. Paint what you see. Paint what is on your desk right now. Go paint your cupboard, paint your dog, paint your cat, paint your chair in the corner, paint your guitar, paint everything. Draw, paint, sketch absolutely everything, you know, garbage pail lids, street lamps. Remember to keep your sketchbook and your blog about 3 distinct ideas. First, we have observation. That's observational drawings, drawing stuff that you see, you know, right in front of you, not drawing from pictures. Number 2, we have invention, and that could mean, you know, coming up with paintings that you want to do, certain types of compositions that you want to do. Could be character design. You know, you could be starting to get source imagery, you know, for paintings, and figuring out how to collage it together and how to create that composition. So 2 is invention, things out of your head, your own inventions of your own mind. And then number 3 is something called documentation. Now, what I mean with documentation is that I want you to be documenting your path to your goal, okay? So if your goal is to paint like Rembrandt, then I want you to start, you know, looking at what Rembrandt paints like. You know, he does portraits perhaps, this sort of thing. You're going to be working on the same types of portraits and these sort of things as well. So identify what you like and identify your goal and your path and document it. And that means you're writing about these artists in your blog, you're finding other people's pictures of their paintings and you're putting them on your blog. Invention, observation, and documentation. Those are the 3.